guys, so I just wanted to say hello and welcome. I just wanted to introduce myself, tell my story, share a little bit about who I am. So hello, I am Raquel Marie. A lot of you guys may know me as Colors by Kels or just Kels, but I am Raquel Marie. Okay, so let me open up and share a little bit about myself and how I started here on YouTube and my family life and all that good stuff. All right, share my story with you, my life journey thus this far. Okay, so I am a wife, I am a mother, I am all of those things. That is pretty much who I am in a nutshell. I have been married for 16 plus years. I am 34 and married 16 years. I know, isn't that a little bit crazy? I know. And I'm a mother of 3. All right, my husband is currently in the military. He's been in the military for over 17 years. Over 17 years. Oh my goodness. He's been in the military over 17 years. So that's my story. That's how it kind of started. I was married at 17. Graduated, married the same day. May 2001. I graduated. I actually got married in the courthouse that morning, graduated that evening. So by the time I walked the stage to grab my diploma, I was already married. So crazy, I know. We're both originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Yay, born and raised, both of us. And that's kind of where it all began. So back in high school days, we dated. We went to 2 different schools, but we went to each other's school dances and all that good stuff. And then he's 1 year older. Dornell is a year older than I. So he graduated and entered into the military. So as he was gone, my senior year in high school, he was in basic training in AIT. I was back finishing up my getting my diploma and, you know, working and stuff like that. He came back after basic training and proposed to me, so I was engaged December of my senior year. Then he came back after AIT, his schooling, and doing his training for his actual job in the military, and we were married May. So he took off a few days, drove back from, this time he was stationed in Texas. He drove from Texas to St. Louis for my graduation, and we got married at the courthouse. And then we left 3 days after. We packed up his car. He had a brand new, I think Sunfire was back then. He had a brand new Sunfire. We packed the car up and we just left and never went back. We've never lived in St. Louis as an adult. We would never move back. Okay, that's our roots, that's our home, that's our mojo, that's where we get who we are. That is who built us. But we have no desire to move back. We have traveled the world. When you get out and actually move away, it's something you don't want to go back to. You always have that. That's who you are. It's always in you. That's your roots. Okay, moving forward. Alrighty, so a lot of you guys may know or been rocking with me since the very beginning, back in the day. I've been on YouTube since, I believe, 2011 or 12. I think 11. March of 2011, if I'm not mistaken. I originally started, no. Woo. I don't know. I'll write down a date when I look at my YouTube and let you know when I started. Okay, let me share how I actually started on YouTube, okay? So my husband was gone. He was deployed. This was probably his 2nd or 3rd deployment at this point. We were stationed there in Texas. I was bored out of my mind. I would put my kids down because they were so small back then. So I would put them down to bed, and it would be about 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm just twirling my fingers. Nothing really was on TV. I would start browsing the internet. I stumbled upon YouTube, and I started watching all of these girls, and back then I was just now learning how to apply makeup. I never really wore makeup. I was only in my 20s. Wasn't my thing. I wasn't into makeup. So I started by watching, became a little bit, I guess, obsessed when I found Jackie O. Her name was back then was Jackie O. Her name is now Jackie Ina. You guys may know her. Oh, she started out as Little Pumpkin 05. I'm telling you, I'm taking it all the way back. This is back when I was watching it. That's who actually taught me how to do my brows. I was just obsessed with becoming how to learn how to master your brows, because your brows is your frame of your face. So she taught me all of I knew about that. Back then I was obsessed. I would run to MAC. Everything she would share, I would go get it from MAC. Oh, I was so obsessed. And then a little while later I discovered At Home with Nikki. So then I started becoming obsessed with getting my house organized and things like that. So I was like, okay, I can do this too. So I used to get on the YouTube at night. Did not know how to edit, did not know how to do any of those things. I used my MacBook Pro and just started doing videos like that. So again, I am 34 and been married more than half of my life. Crazy. I went from mom and dad to wife all in that short span. So shortly after us getting married, I became pregnant with our daughter, Miss April Lorraine. So yes, April is now 15, and we have been married for 16 plus years, and he's been in the military for 17. A lot of numbers, I know. So we did the military life in Texas, and then we ended up moving from Texas to Germany. Yeah, we went from Texas to Germany, then back from Germany to Texas, and from Texas we went to Georgia, and Georgia back to Germany. So that's been our military route. And all of those times we've always requested. I've always said, hey, I wanted this. So I asked him to put in so we can go to Georgia. I asked him to put in to go to Germany. He's done all of that. So I just wanted to come back to Germany this time because now my kids are actually older, and they'll be able to experience the world, to travel. Because when we were in Germany the first time, I only had 2 at the time, and then my last one towards the end of our tour was born here. So my little one was born here in Germany. I know he's cool. He has a cool story to tell for the rest of his life. Yo, I was born in Germany. So the first time we were here, we went to Paris. We did all of that good stuff, but I just felt like they did not remember it per se, or it wouldn't stick to them. It wouldn't mean as much as it will now. Now that they're older, my daughter, like I said, is 15, my son is 13, and my youngest is 10. So those are great, memorable ages. So while we travel, they will actually remember, be able to experience it, maybe motivate them to know that it's more to the world to see. I will say it's a good thing about the military life. There's bad things about the military life. Being stable, that is a good thing and a bad thing. Whenever I was growing up, I was pretty much stable. You kind of grew up with your childhood friends and all of that good stuff. For the most part, you guys, elementary and up, and you kind of stuck with your same group of friends forever. Those are like your forever friends. Like, I have a group of girls that went from elementary school to high school, and they're still friends. They're on my Facebook that I graduated with, and those same group of girls are still friends to this day. So that's the kind of stuff you're able to do whenever you're stable. Military per se, you can still have that. It's just a little more challenging. You make these great friends for a couple of years, and then what? You move away. So for me right now, I absolutely love it. So if I am living in a spot, a place for a couple years, and I just know that I just do not like this place, I know in a couple of years I'll be able to move and go somewhere else and try something else new. I know that it's gonna be like really, really scary for me when he actually do completely hang up his boots and we're kind of like stuck in one place kind of forever. If I don't convince him to move somewhere else, because he do not like moving. That is one of the things he hates about the military, or dreads, is the moving, because he always has to pack up, deploy, pack up the house. He doesn't like that. But I absolutely love it. I don't have a problem with it. So I just love it. So that is really low-key one of my fears, is whenever he hang up the boots, we'll be stuck in one location, because I've been doing this for so many years. All right. What else can I say? So yeah, we got married young, so we had to learn things real quick. Learn about credit, learn about raising family, learned about just living in general, how to get along. That is still a struggle, because you got to realize when he leaves for a year plus, I become macho in charge, man in charge, and I start getting in my system and I just do things my way. And then whenever dad steps back into the picture, I have to learn to hang up that hat and pass it back over to dad, because he's the head of the household. And I try to always remember that, even though I'm like, heck, I can do this by myself. I've been holding this down. At one point, whenever he was deployed, I was working, school, had kids in daycare. I was doing it all, like full-time school, full-time working, had the kids, and I'm like getting my little mojo, you know. So I get in that mentality, I can do this all by myself, but that's not the right way to be. So I had to train myself, get yourself back in, pass the boots back over to dad. With all that being said, I kind of know how to do it now, like here and there. He hasn't deployed in the last couple of years, but he do go on different missions. Like he went back to the States for 3 months. So, well, a little under 3 months. So, you know, again, at any time, any part of the time, you could be a single mom when actually you're not. But you have to take on that role and play mom, dad, be there, clean the house, do whatever, do schoolwork, all of those things. So that makes it a good thing and a bad thing about the military. You always have that stability. You don't have to worry about the health care. You don't have to worry about you know, most things that people worry about on a day-to-day. Like, you know, you have a guaranteed income. It may not be a lot of income, but you just know every 2 weeks on the 1st and 15th you're gonna have money. So that makes it a benefit. But the disadvantages there are dad leaving, or you know, late nights. They have duty, they have training. You know, it affects the children in many ways. They're so used to dad being there, and then all of a sudden he disappears out their life for a long extended period of time. But with all that, again, so that's kind of who I am. I mean, I am a military spouse. I have been that for 16 years. So that is a title for me right now. That is who I am. That is my makeup for now. You know, I am a mom. I will always be a mom forever, of 3. I'm a mom of 3. At one point I had 5 kids at our house. We were taking care of my niece and nephew just here in Georgia. I am forever grateful for Darnell helping. I had to get my baby nephew. He was 2 days old, and we had him for 2 years, and his sister. So we had 5 kids in our house for 3 years. We had her for a year before, about 8 months or so before the baby came. So then we had all of them. Can you imagine having 5 kids in the house? My daughter, she helped out a lot. My mom pitched in so much. So I am so forever grateful that I had that help, and we were able to help my niece in a time of distress, because that was really a distressful time there. But I was working, Darnell was working, I had all the kids in school, so it worked itself out. I mean, that was truly a blessing for us to bring those children in our home with at the beginning we did not get any assistance, so we had to buy diapers, we had to buy milk, we had to buy all of that out of pocket, and it wasn't even planned. They were just like placed in our home like out the blue because of unforeseen occurrences or whatever. So we dealt with that for a couple years. I am so grateful he cared for my little baby nephew as if it was his own child. He would rock him to sleep. He even gave him his name. He called him Squirrel, so he gave him his own little name. He treated him like, I am so grateful for that, like beyond words. So a lot of things that get people down, I am just grateful for. It's a blessing just to live. Like, we go through our trials and our tribulations, but it is just a blessing to be here, just to see another day of life. I try to tell my children, just be grateful, be thankful. People in the world have never left the country, more or less, being able to travel and see the things that we have been on cruises. We have been to the Bahamas. We have been to the Atlantis. We've been to Paris, Spain, Italy. It is just unbelievable the amount of places that I've seen in my short time on this earth. Like, some people have never left, or some people have never been on a plane. So I've been to all these countries. We've been to Austria. We've been skiing in Austria. How many people, children can say that they've been skiing in Austria? Like, it's not that many, you know. And so I just try to keep my children humble, keep that humble mentality, because you're blessed right now, but it's not always necessary that you're going to be this way. So you need to be grateful for just be grateful just for all your life moments, good and bad. I just wanted to get on here and share a little bit about who I am. I am a mom, I am a wife. Right now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and again, I am grateful for this journey. At first, it was really difficult because I was just working in our last duty station in Georgia and in Texas. I was in the banking world. I've been a banker for years. So when we left Germany the first time, I went back to Texas, and then I started at the bank there, and I just gradually kept getting promoted. So I actually have a real true love for the banking world. So then as we moved to Georgia, I got back into the banking world, and I was doing that for the last couple of years in Georgia as well. So working with people, just seeing people's lifestyle, and that's helped me as a person to not be judgmental, because there's people that walk into the bank, you would never know. They have millions of dollars sitting in their accounts, and they just dress like the average Sally, like just some jeans and a t-shirt, like a Hanes t-shirt. You would never know. You pull up their accounts, they have millions. And then you have these rock stars walking over here and their accounts are negative. So that helps me out to not be judgmental. You don't ever know anybody's story. You don't know anybody's journey, you know. So that helps me to be humble, not judge people, not that jealousy, none of that. We all have our own story to tell, and it makes us who we are unique. I'm a bit over the top. I love being extra, like here, like this. That's just extra, but that's just who I am. I am Raquel Marie, and that's who I am. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a little bit more different than what I normally do, but I just wanted to tell my story just a little bit. If you guys have any other additional questions, want to know a little more about the military life or whatever, I don't have this planned. This was an impromptu type of video. I just wanted to sit down and just share who I am, because I love to decorate. I love makeup. I love everything beautiful. I love traveling and just seeing different things. So that's who I am in a nutshell. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for many more, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye for now.